Alright guys, today we look at the snap count from week 3, kind of break it down and, look into it for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Now, starting off right away, the Bengals did have some injuries going into this game. Joe Burrow was one, of course, and Irv Smith was two. Now, Irv Smith did not play, while Joe Burrow did play, even though a lot of people were speculating he wouldn't play. He ended up playing and, in all honesty, played very, very well given the, issues of his calf strain. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in real fast here, and I'm going to kind of break down each of these and talk about how much snap counts they had. So Joe Burrow had 100% of the snap count, which is not surprising. He's a starting quarterback. 77 snaps in this game. Joe Mixon played 75% of the snaps at 58 snaps. Travion Williams, 14% of the snaps. 14 snaps at 18 percentile. Chris Evans played 0 snaps in this game and last game. So kind of interesting. There are, 3 backs set up the last 2 weeks now have been Joe Mixon, Travion, and Chase Brown. No Chris Evans at all. Now, again, we've already heard Coach Taylor kind of allude to this and how it might look like this moving forward, where, given the opponent, depends on what running backs you're going to have out there, right? Also, Travion does give you a little bit higher upside when it comes to, his pass blocking ability there. So, here's the interesting thing, right? Chase Brown. Because this is the second game now where he has had 1 total snap. Last week, he had 1 total snap, but he also got 1 rush last week. This week, he has 1 total snap. He had 0 rushes. I mean, you would be, hard bent just to go through the whole entire game and see exactly which snap he actually had. But he did have 1 snap, which definitely has significantly told us that this is Joe Mixon and Travion's job, right? And I don't really think you can argue that at all. I mean, yes, Chris Evans week 1, he had 13% of the snaps, and maybe you're like, well, he looked good week 1. Since week 1, it's really Travion and Joe Mixon. So Chase Brown, I hope he gets involved this year, but he clearly is showing, I mean, at least the team is clearly showing they're not as, excited about putting him in there unless they need to, unless, they're up by a lot and they can utilize him. All right, so wide receivers. Jamar Chase, 96% of the snaps, 74 snaps. We have T. Higgins at 86% of the snaps, 66 snaps. Tyler Boyd played 59 snaps, 77 percentile. And Trent Irwin was actually a healthy scratch for this game. He was inactive going into this game, which I thought was actually really interesting. But Yoshi, surprisingly enough, came in here at 8 snaps, which is the most snaps he has had in his whole entire career so far for the Bengals. So 10% of the snaps he had, and again, 8 snaps, which is ironically weird because Charlie Jones, Chuck Sizzle, finally had some offensive snaps, but only had 3. So the 6th round draft pick had more snaps than the 4th round draft pick. Now, in Chuck Sizzle's defense, he does play special teams. He's the punt returner, so it's not really that crazy to see him not get that many snaps on the field because, again, he is on special teams. He's getting, snaps there. But overall wise, though, Yoshi, 8 snaps in this game, 10%. He had 0 targets, though. So I think what this really what this really shows in this game is, again, Trent Irwin, healthy scratch after really, again, 12 snaps, 11 snaps, back-to-back week. I think they want to get Yoshi more involved. And they're trying to utilize Yoshi in this offense. I mean, we saw Tanner Hudson play because Irv Smith was out. So it looks like they might be trying to get Yoshi more involved. But, again, if he doesn't get open, he doesn't get open at the end of the day. But, 8 snaps, that's good. Let's see what he does in week 4. Let's see if that can go up a tad bit. All right, tight ends. Irv Smith did not play. He had 0. He's the number 1 tight end here. Drew Sample played 44% of the snaps, which of course was 34 snaps. Keep in mind that Drew Sample is more of a blocking tight end, if anything. So when he's in there, he's gonna be a blocker. He also did have a catch, but he's mainly a blocker. Mr. Wilcox played 32 snaps, which was 42 percentile. And Tanner Hudson, who was a direct replacement for Irv Smith, played 47% of the snaps, which was 36 snaps. And again, as a direct replacement for Irv Smith, it makes perfect sense that he got as many snaps as he did in this game, right? Now, he only had 2 receptions, 20 yards in the end, but he definitely at least got, a crap ton of snaps in this game and didn't really make the most of it. Now, again, Joe injured in this game, was throwing the ball away a lot whenever he got under pressure. Tanner didn't really get the perfect scenario to go out there and play great football. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You got to make the most of every opportunity you get. BJ Hill actually outsnapped DJ Reader in this game dramatically, which is kind of normal, actually. If you look at the last couple of weeks, BJ Hill has actually had more snaps than DJ Reader overall wise, every single week pretty much. So 78% this week. DJ Reader had 51%. Zach Carter had 24%. Josh Tapua had 18%. And Jay Tefeli was a healthy scratch. So BJ Hill leading the team with snaps this week with 78%. That's okay. I mean, listen, DJ Reader is our best D tackle, let's be honest. But BJ Hill is very close to being up there as number 1, too. So it's a 1A, 1B right there. So not surprising. And BJ Hill also did have a sack this week. So wouldn't be surprised if we see, numbers going up right there. All right. For the defense, Sam Hubbard, 84% of the plays he played. 84% for Trey Hendrickson. 29% for Cam Sample. And only 13%, which is actually a year low. Apologize for the banging. They're working on the roof currently. But 13% for Myles Murphy, the first round draft pick. So Myles Murphy, 18%, 26%, and now 13% in this game. Ugh, he's not getting much play time at all. Joseph Asai only had 9% at the very bottom here. Joseph Asai only had 5 snaps in this game. So 7 snaps, 5 snaps. It's interesting. All right, linebackers. Logan Wilson, 55 snaps. He played every single snap on defense. Jermaine Pratt played 80% of the snaps, 44 snaps. Keem Davis-Gaither played 6 snaps, which was 11% of the snaps. Joe Bacci and Marcus Bailey played 0 snaps, which, to be honest, they only played 2 snaps overall this whole entire year, so that's not surprising. For cornerbacks, Cam Taylor-Britt played 100% of the snaps, which was 55 snaps. Mike Hilton, 55 snaps, 100% of the snaps. Cheeto did get hurt in this game at one point, so he only played 78% of the snaps, which was 43 snaps. DJ Turner played 21 snaps, which was 38% of the snaps. And Jalen Davis played 3 snaps, which was, of course, 5% of the snaps. For our safeties, Dax Hill played 100% of the snaps. Nick Scott played 96%. Jordan Battle played 2%, which is interesting because, again, against the Ravens, Jordan Battle played 34%. Now, the reason why is because Nick Scott got hurt versus the Ravens. He actually got a concussion versus the Ravens, which actually made it so that he was out of that game, which, again, gave all his snaps to Jordan Battle. Now, Jordan Battle in the next game only had 1. So, Tyson Anderson also had 0 snaps in this game. So, he didn't play at all. So, this is a lot to take in right now. Okay, so, starting off right away. Our rotation, at least for the first 3 weeks, when it comes to our safeties, is just pretty much Dax Hill, Nick Scott, and that's it. And then rotating with the corners. We're not using our backup safeties at all. Jordan Battle and Tyson Anderson, unless injury happens, we're really not using any of them in any of these games, it looks like. So it's pretty much just starters and those guys just on the sideline in case we need to utilize them. But we're not really doing any rotations with those guys, which I thought they were going to do, which actually surprised me a little bit. I thought they were going to make more rotations with Jordan Battle and those guys in there, but that's not the case. And DJ Turner, really, if you look at it right now, the best draft pick / player who's getting the most play time for us is really DJ Turner, who was our 2nd round draft pick. Myles Murphy's not really getting any play time at all. He was a 1st round draft pick. Jordan Battle's not getting any play time. He was a 3rd round draft pick. 4th was Charlie Jones, which, again, as I said, on special teams, Chuck Sizzle is getting play time, but actually in the offense, he's not getting any play time. 5th round pick was Chase Brown. He's not getting any play time. Maybe one snap, and that's it. And obviously, it's not going to show us special teams here. But special teams, again, like I said before, Brad Robbins obviously is punting every single time. He's our main punter. And then who else do we have? We have 6th round pick, which was Yoshi. Yoshi's getting some play time. 8 snaps, 2 snaps, 1 snap. And then we also have, I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Poison Ivy is our last pick. And Poison Ivy has not even, he's been a healthy scratch every single game. So, interesting. Definitely interesting. I can't wait to see moving forward how this all kind of shifts and changes. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.